Ooh, shit. What up, dogs? I wanted to make a quick video about Aristotle stems and what makes them so much better than these crappy pieces of shit. And also, I've heard before, like, can I use the original switches? No, they suck, and I'll show you why. So, this is a Gateron MX Green. It's a Cherry MX Blue. That's the stem from Kale Speed Switch, the gold or whatever. And these are Aristotles. So let me open one. I'll open all these up. We can take a look at why it's different. Okay. All right. There's MX Blue. It's Cherry. Here's a Gateron. Oh, shit, I forgot. Might want to hear it for reference. Bitch. Be calm and patient. Don't break the mother. We got it. Alright. So here's the Gateron Green. So you can see it has the what's that shit called? You know, the click maker, the click leaf, I think. It's this little bar here. What it does is press down against that, and when it presses, this thing like pops down and makes the click when this comes back into it. You can't hear it because I'm not a spring, but essentially the same thing with, well, exactly the same thing with MX Blue. Same thing. And every MX switch I've seen, every clicky one, is the same kind of thing. Has this piece here, which gives it that tactility and also the click. That along with the leaf spring and the spring, obviously. So the Aristotles are a different design, not radically different, but they are different. So first off, notice that they have that little tiny leg at the bottom. Right there. Has this flat piece that comes out. And one nice thing about that is if you put it in a switch, unlike the other ones, it'll actually stay in there and you can put the cap on, which is different than these things, which just pop right the fuck off. You can also check it out, see a little bit how it works without having to put the top back on, which is nice. So you can see when you press it down, it pops down, which makes the click. Focus. won't focus, but you get the idea. It clicks down. Kind of pops down, right? Now the difference, besides that little leg, which is a really nice little feature in my opinion, is that these guys actually have that sliding stem on the inside. Might be hard to see. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. So this is really hard to get in light because it's white. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Sorry. So the click leaf, I think that's what it's called, is actually inside, so it slides up and down inside of the actual stem. Unlike this, which is on the outside. So this is the part making contact with the switch housing versus the whole stem, and then the clicker slides inside of it. So what does that mean? It means that this can go down smoothly, make the click irrelevant of the actual click thing. With this guy, when you click, this part is the thing that stabilizes the stem. So what does that mean? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a scientist or a clickologist, but it fucking feels better. That's for sure. Now, I have no idea why no one else has made this design. At least as far as I know, no other company has remade that design, which is not too far off if you think about it, right? Here, let me take this off. You can see. So you can see here, this is the thing that holds that little click thing on, prevents it from sliding off, and that's how much play it has, versus this thing. And yeah, don't do this, because by scratching these things up, you're adding friction, and it may or may not feel the same afterwards. But this is in the name of science, so fuck it. Okay. With this one, you can see it's completely different. It actually has a little guide to slide up and down. And if you look at it from the side, it may be hard to see because it's white, but you can kind of see it there, right? So yeah, that slides up and down inside of the stem. So if some company wants to remake these, that'd be fucking awesome. I don't know the tolerances on this type of plastic, so it may be very difficult if you're not mass producing it. Ow, shit. But I mean, it's doable, right? Someone like Kale, why couldn't they do this? They're producing tons of new switches, really innovative stuff, which is really cool, unless there's a patent on it. But it was some knockoff company from Taiwan, I think, so why would there be a patent, right? Like, who gives a shit? So, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show, was how these little things work. As far as what's better, Aristotle, Aristotle. I actually have a different favorite. Funny enough, it's the Kale speed switch housing and spring. It's like a 50 gram actuation with the Aristotle stems, and I absolutely love it. You can hear it here. It's really smooth. That's a personal favorite, and I've had people that don't give a shit about keyboards come over and play with a couple keyboards. I have those on, and I thought they were being sarcastic, but they're genuinely like, holy shit, these are nice. So take that for what it's worth. I think they're great. One thing to consider though is, since these are old shitty knockoff cherry switches, some of them won't fit right. You may have to sand it down or sand down the case or something to make it fit properly. Oh right, the old the whole switch, the actual Aristotle switch that they come in, they are very shitty. Here's one. There's the top. There's the bottom. And here's a rusty, crappy spring. So you can see the contacts are not going to be lightly lubed like Cherry or Gatoron or Kale's. The switch may or may not actuate because they're old, shitty Taiwanese knockoffs. But most importantly, I bet this will, if you bend it, a lot of them just fucking snap really easily. So they're old shitty plastic with shitty metal that's possibly rusted. The springs are not going to all feel the same. They're crappy too. And yeah, just don't use them. That's why people take out the stems. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Later.